My name is Kamala Maraj. When I was here at Tiwari, Bo and I were teachers at this school in the 70s. We met here. We got married while I was still here. And it's 41 years now that we've been married. He left and went up for election, left me behind. I followed him up, and this is our story.
Okay. Well, Kamala told part of the story. We met here between 1973 and 1976, and we got married in 1977, and we've been married ever since. And a lot of very interesting students pass through our hands. I'll talk about my own experience. My best experience was Mrs. Thompson gave me 4 science to teach when I came in here as an English teacher. And she told me to try to do the best that I can to make sure that they pass English, because the science students were weak in English. And the good news is that I had 46 students and all of them passed English when they sat the exam. I also taught literature here, and I think I taught 1 class in Spanish, and I enjoyed every class I taught. I enjoyed every experience I had with every student here, and I enjoyed the time here. Mrs. Ruby Thompson was a good principal. As Kamala told you, I met my wife here, which was a very important part of my life. And more than that, I have good memories and good feelings about what I think is an excellent school.
Ray Davis was there? Ray Davis was there in your time? Davis.
You know who was...
use the mic.
We had a great staff here in San Fernando Government Secondary during those years. I remember St. George from Princestown. I remember Mrs. Clifton. I remember Mrs. Joseph. I remember Sudesh Raghunanan. I remember Mrs. Davis. Raghuraj Bahadur Singh. Momina Ali. Maureen Basant. All of those were really excellent students. What's her name? Kamal Ramsubek, who I saw here. These were teachers who really cared about their children, about their charges, about their students, and they tried to do the best for them. And it was a good time. It was a good education time. It was a warm time. And it was a very enjoyable time in the teaching fraternity and with the students.
Show of your photos from high school that we have, and portraits of the members of our class. So while you're bidding, you could see your pictures too, okay? So please make your way to the back and make your way to the front and get your photos taken too. You didn't know you were going to be so busy, right? I need all the members of the planning committee. I start calling their names. Joy Providence Williams. Gemma Otley. Michael Friday. Anne Mongo Fleming. Shakuntala Ramzamouche. Mohammed, come on. Ezra Isles. Ingrid Barrow. No need to call every name here, you know. anybody who is confused really needs to listen to me, okay? You're gonna get this. This is really a duplicate, it's like a cinema ticket. So the two sides have the same number. You're going to split it in two, keep one half. That's your ticket to know if you won. The other half, break it into individual tickets and drop it in any prize you want to win on the back table. Any confusion, raise your hand, wave at me. So you have to split the tickets apart that you're going to bid with so that it will be selected correctly, okay? If you didn't get your ticket and you're walking around, we want to sell 100 tickets tonight. We're adding $10,000 for ModSec. Support the school. Buy a ticket.
Ladies, your post, you don't want to take on a heavy purse. You wouldn't really prefer to take on a painting. We have some fresh watercolors. We have a painting by one of our very own shopping tower. We have pictures taken by one of the and they are lovely shots, quite large pictures. We have alcohol. We have etchings and paintings by Merlin. And free.
Michelle, amor. Okay. All right, family, ready? Let's go.
For Karani Central, Dr. Boindranath Tiwari are opening. The anthem. Come and start to sing. Dr. Tiwari, can you? Ladies and gentlemen, we would like you all to stand for the national anthem, please. Seats. The member for Karani Central, Dr. Boindranath Tiwari. Our former principal, Dr. Ruby Thompson. Member of the school board, Debian Brooks. Alumni of other years, spouses of all alumni, including our year, friends and relatives, and our online viewers via Facebook and YouTube. The class of 1969 to 1974 and into A-levels 1976 welcome you to our reunion dinner celebrating 50 years since we joined the school. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome and good evening. I hand you over to our MC, Sterling Phillips, Master of Ceremonies for the evening.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to welcome you to this auspicious occasion. I did not have any paper to read from because everything comes from the heart. The idea was born about 16 months ago, and it took several phone calls to members who are here, the class of 1969, that we were going to make something like this happen. We entered the school in 1969 and 2019 was soon approaching. It's a significant time when you could have friends for over 50 years. Now this is the first 50 years. You agree? We have another 50 years coming up in 5 more years. The graduating class of 1974. And we all hope to be here, God's willing. I did not take up much time because we are long overdue. But I want to welcome each and every one of you from near and far, that you could take the time out for whatever you were doing. You could have been at other places at this time of the day, with other friends. But we think that it's necessary that we have more like this so that we can enjoy each other's company and reminisce on those years. Not much people get to do this. And with that, I would end my welcome at this time so that I could invite my brother Michael to come and do the invocation so that we may be served with some food that has been waiting for over 2 hours for us to digest. Thank you. Brother Michael.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered this evening as friends. We come from a variety of faith and no faith backgrounds, and yet 2 things draw us together. One is our friendship, and the other is the spirituality that undergirds that friendship. A word about friendship from the Christian tradition, from the Bible, the book of Psalms. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to dwell together in unity. From the Hindu tradition, from the Upanishads, he who sees all beings in himself and his self in all beings, he never suffers, because when he sees all creatures within his true self, then jealousy, grief, and hatred vanish. From the Muslim tradition, the Quran, a word about healthy human relations. The true servants of the Gracious One are those who walk upon the earth with humility, and when they are accosted by the ignorant ones, their response is peace. And one more verse, this time from the New Testament, about true friendship, brotherhood, and sisterhood. Be devoted to one another in brotherly love. Honor one another above yourselves. So, as we gather this evening in the name of friendship, first, let us be aware that our connection exceeds the physical and the natural. Second, for those of you who are persons of faith, we give God thanks for sustaining us for over the 11 or 12 years before we met one another and the 50 years since. Third, we must remember those who are no longer with us. So let me invite those of you who are able to stand now to do so as we honor the lives and memories of those who have left us. Please stand, those of you who can. Let us remember fondly and with deep thoughts about both mortality and divinity our following erstwhile classmates. Rhonda Hodge, Deborah John, Anne-Marie King, Shamshur Ali, Joel Charles, Ronald Gorda, Farid Mohammed, Patrick Pear, Winston Suku, Anthony Waldron, although while we live life, we are approaching death. Life is more livable when we live it as if in the service of God and of our fellow men and women. There's a fourth thing we must do. Let us give thanks for this event. Let us pray. God of the universe, for 2, 5, 7, or 8 years, we all stood on these premises and declared daily that we would dedicate our lives unto you. We prayed daily that you would enlighten our understanding and that you would guide us on the right path. We accept our presence here this evening as evidence that you have answered those prayers, even while we continually struggle to dedicate our lives to you. Enable us then to enjoy these hours in each other's company as we share memories, food, drink, laughter, and presence together. We ask this with the deepest of gratitude for friends and for you. Amen.
You may be seated. Thank you. I'd like to have Azad. Don't sit as yet, please. As Azad is going to do, invite you to listen to what our long-term goals are.
Okay, I'm not here to talk about long-term goals. All I'm going to simply say that I was at this school for 8 years. This is the first time I've been back since I left. It has been very emotional coming back here. I had very good years here, and this event started off as a lime, and it has evolved into this, and it's very refreshing to see many of you here. The effort that we took to get this group together was phenomenal, and all I could say at this point is there are a lot of alumni, there are a lot of past teachers that are here today, and what I'd like to challenge everyone is that we need to get a very vibrant association going to help this school. The school is being challenged by the lack of funding from the ministry. We as a group, and this is just one class of many, we are able to provide some funding for the school to assist them with their IT lab. There are other needs that they have, and I would challenge everyone here, let's just not stop here, but take this one step further and come together with the other years to try to put together a very vibrant Past Students Association. So talk to folks around, Juana, myself, Sterling, Pamela, and provide your ideas. We are not going to do this on our own. We cannot do this as a class. We expect the diaspora of alumni to get together and form the sort of organization that could give back, whether it's in your time or financially or both, so that this school could be much better than it is today. Thank you.
So, on behalf of the principal of the school, Miss Cindy Khan, we have a video from her We thought we would show it on that wall behind there. She had an emergency and had to leave the country to take care of a family member who had surgery yesterday. So we're going to try to see if we can figure it out so that you can hear her words of welcome. She was instrumental in helping us to make sure that this event and the event that we had yesterday actually happened. Before we go on, we want to welcome our teachers who are with us. I'm going to read because I don't want to forget anybody. Of course, Dr. Thompson is here. Honorable Dr. Botawari is here with us. His wife, who we knew before she knew him, Mrs. Kamala Miraj Tiwari. Mr. Hilton Spencer. Mr. Raul Amy, who for those of us who aren't getting exercise is still playing soccer, football, at least once a week. Mrs. Enid Curtin. Mrs. Kamal Ramsubik. Mrs. Karen Askarali. And Mrs. Jean Timal, who we knew fondly as Miss Suratan, and when she wasn't listening, we used to call her Jean. My Mr. Cupid. And his darling wife. I handed him over to you, I don't know which one of us met him first. I would, before we go to dinner immediately after I stop talking, ask the members of the planning committee to stand. This weekend has taken a lot of effort. We've been working on this. We met weekly. Started meeting every other week, then it was weekly, and for the last month we've met twice a week. So I would say that we should thank ourselves. This is beyond our wildest dreams. This is what we hoped we could accomplish, and here we are. So dinner is going to be served. We're going to call you guys by the table numbers. We'll start with table 1 and 4. So, I should explain. You have 2 choices for dinner. Which one is on which side? I don't know. Choose, unfortunately, which one you want. And you will be served dinner, and then before you come back to your seat on the table in the back, you'd collect what you want to drink, so you can bring it back with you. For those who cannot get there, we'll get somebody to serve you. So we'd start with table 1, table 4. Where's Miss Timal? I'm still trying to learn to count. I still have to do this, So we'll start with this table, right?
You want to make a contribution.
Okay.
We have someone overseas who is looking at this as we speak, because this is being streamed live. His name is Colin Marcel, and he wants to know how he can make a donation or contribution. So just letting you know that we are still working, folks, okay? So he'll hear us, and he will know that he can make a difference.
Okay, so dinner is served.
fish. Pain down in New Orleans. Born I never saw the good side of the city till I hit you right on a riverboat queen. Big wheels keep on turning, proud Mary keeps on burning. Rolling, 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 rolling on a river. You're gonna find some people who live. You don't have to worry if you have no money. People on the river are happy to give. The wheels keep on turning. Rolling, 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 rolling on the river. So rolling, rolling, rolling on a river. Rolling, rolling, rolling on a river. Thank you very much. Okay, we're gonna get in the countryside of things. This one is called a gambler. On a warm summer's evening, on a train bound for nowhere, I met up with a gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took turns at steering through the window at the darkness. Told one of them over to us, and he began to speak. Said, son, was made to laugh out of reading people's faces, knowing what their cards were by the way they held their eyes. So if you don't mind me saying, I could see you out of bases. For a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice. So I handed him a bottle and drank down my last swallow. Then he bought a cigarette. I asked him for a light. Now the light got dead too quiet, and his face lost all expression. Said, you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right. You gotta know when to hold, know when to fold up, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you sit at the table. There'll be time enough for counting what the deal is done. While every gambler knows the secret to survival is knowing what to throw away and knowing what to keep. 'Cause every hand's a winner and every hand's a loser. The best you can hope for is to die in your sleep. So when he finished speaking, he turned back towards the window, crushed out a cigarette and faded off to sleep. And somewhere in the darkness, the gambler, he broke even And his final words I found is that I can keep. You've got to know when to hold up, know when to fold up, know when to walk away, know when to run. And you never count your own money when you sit at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. You've got to know when to hold up, know when to fold up, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you sit at the table. There'll be time enough to count when the dealing's done. You've got to know when to hold up, know when to fold up, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you sit at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. Thank you very much. Okay, we're gonna get into something that was done by a great old gentleman. His name is Ray Charles. He had some pretty big hits, and this is one of them. I can stop talking. Yeah. I can't stop loving you, so I've made up my mind to live in memories of a lonesome time. I can't stop wanting you, it's useless to say, so I'll just live my life in dreams of yesterday. Those happy hours that we once knew so long ago still makes me blue. They say the time heals a broken heart, but time has stood still since we've been apart. I can't stop loving you, so I've made up my mind to live in memories of a lonesome time. I can't stop wanting you, it's useless to say, so I'll just live my life in dreams of yesterday. Those happy hours that we once knew so long ago still makes me blue. They say the time heals a broken heart, the hours that we once knew so long ago still makes me blue. They say the time heals a broken heart. What time has she spent since she did her part? I can't stop loving you, so I made up my mind to live in memories of a lonesome time. Thank you very much. Bit too loud and stuff, you know. You're gonna turn it down a bit, you know, and so you can, you know, like have some comfort while you eat. But here we go. This one's called Margaritaville.
Just
me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountains should crumble to the sea, I will cry, I will cry, no I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Won't you stand by me? We stand, won't you stand by me? Wherever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me? Won't you stand by me? We stand, won't you stand by me? Won't you stand by me? Won't you stand by me? Oh, stand, won't you stand by me? Oh, if the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountains should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, I won't cry, no I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Won't you stand by me? Oh, stand, won't you stand by me? Whenever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me? Won't you stand by me? Oh, stand, won't you stand by me? If this time that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountain should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, I won't cry, no I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. Darling, darling, stand by me. Won't you stand by me? Oh, stand, won't you stand by me? Whenever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me? Won't you stand by me? Oh, stand, won't you stand by me? Stand by me, stand by me, stand by me.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, we're going to change the mood a little bit here now.
You know, Dave Prakash, when he was in class, that's the band leader here. You never know, he could have, yeah, I remember now. He used to be singing, but he never joined the choir. So I find it kind of funny. I know the boy could sing, but but he had a plan all the time to bring his own band.
No.
All right, and the band is going to continue playing for one more song.
All right, we're going to change the mood a little bit here now. Yeah, this is a song we especially, you know, like rehearse for the people who came from abroad and so forth, including you, Sterling. So here we go. We're going to surprise you with this one. Normally, our band is really a country pop band, you know, and we play, you know, back in times and all that, but we made it an exception to the rule to rehearse a few songs along this line. So you can look forward to, you know, such a little bit later on down the line. There we go.
Wake up, I need a jet plane to take me non-stop. I can't stay in New York City when there is sunshine and fun in my country. Lions is the place with the jamming, with the Indian and the groups flashing. Everyone happy partying and I'm freezing in Brooklyn. Darling, sorry, don't cry, I'm leaving. I can't miss this jamming. With all this steel back beating and woman back up shaking. If you go fight you, baby, then you will come and join me in psychedelic steel band. Down with some man woman, 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 some man woman. Lord, you take it easy. I don't mean to hurt you, baby. The coldness making me shiver, and back home it's hot like fire. And that's why I said the next jet plane must take me to Port Spain, where all my fans are waiting, preparing for Jubilee morning. Darling, sorry, don't cry, I'm leaving. I can't miss this jamming. We're gonna see back beating and woman back on shaking. If you don't fight you, baby, then you could come and join me inside a deli steel band. Down with some man woman, 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 my mind is made up. Airport Kennedy will be my next stop. But don't try and try to convince me, cause my suitcase gone back already. And if you start feeling lonely and mass fever vibrating your body, just make a quick reservation and touch down in the land of silver. Woman, sorry, don't cry, I'm leaving. I can't miss it, darling. We're gonna see back beating and woman back up shaking. If you don't bite you, baby, then you will come and join me inside the deli steel bag. Come on with some man, woman, 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 all stars, all stars, all stars, all stars. There's buzz, there's buzz, there's buzz, there's buzz. Sorry, no cry, I'm leaving. I can't miss this jamming. We're gonna see Van Gittin and woman back from shaking. If people bite you, baby, then you could come and join me inside the deli steel band. You're going some man, woman, 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 some man, woman,
Thank you very much. Darren.
1, 3.
1, 2. Okay, folks, at this time we are going to show a short clip that was destined for our principal, Dr. Ruby Thompson. So what we're going to do, we're going to bring out a projector. It's going to be projected here, and we hope that you enjoy. It's a short scene. We hope you enjoy it.
While they're getting that together, we want to give a hand to the band again, please. So beautiful, wonderful music that we are enjoying is donated to the event by Dave Sigobin and the Rocky Mountain Band. Dave is a member of the class of 69 to 74. He also donated all the wine on your tables that you are enjoying. So thank you, Dave. Call on Leela Butler, who is going to do a toast to Dr. Bo Tawari. Come, Leela, come. I know I told you were number 2, but now you're number 1. Okay, so we need you guys to settle down a little bit. Allison et al., Allison Donanan and the crowd in the back there. Who else is with you? Please sit. Richard Hollis, I'm calling your name again. We need you guys to sit. We're going to continue. We have a little part of the program to go still. I only see you, so I call your name. Okay, so we'd like to give a toast to our teachers. So we're going to ask you guys to be quiet. Leela is going to do a toast to Dr. Bo Tawari. Dr. Tawari, could you stand?
Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone.
Okay, so everybody knows I was a prefect. Don't make me get my badge out. I still have it. Settle down. Allison, you're still talking. Tell them not to talk to you. Richard, Hollis, don't talk to anybody. There's detention in this.
Don't fall for me. Good night, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here after so many years, to see so many faces. Mr. Tiwari, the Honorable Bo Tiwari. He was the best literature teacher that anyone ever knew. That's what I remember him as. And whenever I see him now on TV, in Parliament or wherever, I always say, that was my literature teacher. There goes the best literature teacher one could ever have. So tonight, it's nice to see that you are still here with us, that you are strong, and that we are all strong and able to be here. And could we just raise our glasses in a toast to Mr. Tiwari? Thank you.
Mr. Tiwari, could you come towards Leela, please? We have a gift for you to remember us by.
A small token of our appreciation.
From the class of 1969 to 1974. The next toast is going to be to one of my favorite teachers. We'll see if he figured out how to pronounce my name correctly. It's been 50 years. Mr. Cupid. Where is Mr. Cupid? Richard. So while Richard is coming, he's really toasting you, but you know, you're my favorite teacher, so I have to say something. I just want to thank you, Mr. Cupid, for giving up all of your Saturday mornings for a whole year, and I know nobody paid you for that, to do physics labs with us so that we could complete the rest of the theoretical syllabus during the school week. And I've never forgotten it. It's made me a better person, and it's made me more willing to do more and to give back as well too. So thank you. So first toast to Mr. Cupid.
One of the reasons why Mr. Cupid was one of my favorite teachers, I was always a science person, so not that I didn't appreciate people like Mr. Okay, not that I didn't appreciate people like Dr. Tiwari and they, but
Richard needs to speak louder. We know he can. Somebody needs to turn on the lights for this segment. Please, you'll turn it back down. The photographer says he needs light. You see how loud I was?
Yeah, but you know, English was a means to an end, all right? But I was science-based, so Mr. Cupid was one of the reasons he was one of my favorite teachers. He was a very patient guy, and he always looked meticulously at everything, and he was soft-spoken. Even when he buffing you, he was speaking softly. The other thing about Mr. Cupid, as well as Mrs. Seaton, we could have aligned with them because they were our size. And they were two of the younger teachers at the time, you know. But, you know, I always say thanks, and I always tell my daughter, you're one of the persons responsible for the profession, my profession that I progressed to in life. So I want to say thanks for the patience, thanks for the fun, the little buffed, but you're always kind, you did extra lessons with us, and we really appreciate it. Thank you.
So the next toast is going to be Shakuntala. Could Mrs. Tiwari stand, please?
Okay, good afternoon again. And Mrs. Tiwari, a special thanks to you all for making the effort to be here today with us. We know it's a big effort you have to make to come out. We appreciate that very much. And on behalf of the class of 1969 and the alumni, we'd like to express our heartfelt thanks to you as our teacher throughout those years. We thank you for your patience, your support, and as our teacher, the love and affection you showed us, which we unknowingly needed then. It did a lot for us, and over the years it has contributed to making us into the people that we are today. And we thank you for your love and effort that you had put into it. So thanks again for your guidance, and we appreciate you all being there. Thank you all very much.
cake, this gift to her. Peggy Dick Batiste is going to toast Mr. Hilton Spencer. Where is Mr. Spencer? Where is Mr. Spencer? Could you stand, please? One of the things I should mention is that every ticket for every teacher was actually sponsored by a student. And some students, when we were having the dinner, said, I am paying for so-and-so. There was no question about it, and they just spontaneously said, I really want to pay for this teacher. So,
good evening, everyone. I just want to express my thanks to Mr. Spencer. It's just a simple thing. Mr. Spencer had instilled in me discipline, and I appreciate that very much. He has made me and molded me into the individual that I am today. And I know in the times when we used to be at school, I don't know if Mr. Spencer needed company, but a lot of days were spent in detention. And we would write our parents, I must not talk in class because so. One day Mr. Spencer saw us writing penance in advance, so he decided that he would change the format and place being a good student, so Mr. Spencer, indeed you had instilled some form of discipline. I know when to speak, when I'm spoken to, so thank you for that guidance. And at the time probably we didn't appreciate it. We thought you wanted company on an afternoon, but we love you and we are very happy that you are here to celebrate with us tonight. Thank you, Mr. Spencer.
The next toast is going to be to Mr. Raul Amy, and Raul Harriet said he had to do it. So even though he's not from our class, that's all right.
Thank you. Good evening. I have been given the honor and the pleasure to offer a toast to Mr. Raul Amy. And while most of us would know him as an academic, but I knew him as a football coach. And being a former national footballer, we were very honored to have Raul Amy as our coach. And in 1976, I believe, we were the best team in senior division in San Fernando, under the guidance of Mr. Amy. And I can say that Joseph Remy and myself, we were voted the best central defenders in South because of Mr. Amy. When we talk about disciplinarian, this is the man. You could be a star. If you didn't come to practice, you did not play. And he instilled this in us, and I just want to say thank you very much, Mr. Amy, for making us good and decent young men who valued that there was no I in team. So again, all the best, and let us honor Mr. Raul Amy.
And Mr. Amy, I could still sing that song you taught us in Form 3. E bobo de la yuca se quiere casar. Invita a todo el mundo en la capital. Never forgot it. I taught it to my son. Now Michael is going to come and give a toast to Mrs. Curtin. Mrs. Curtin, could you stand?
The mark of a good teacher is when she did not even teach you, but she made an impact on you. Now, those of you who are a little bit beyond my age, because I passed common entrance on my first chance, and who might need glasses to take a look at this lady, will agree with me that she is of regal stature and quality. So, Ms. Curtin was an English teacher, but she was also a playwright and wrote a couple of plays that some of our colleagues performed, and I was able to watch. I was not one of the actors, but I remember one of your plays. And it helped for me to have your impact on me because of how beautiful you are and were. Mrs. Curtin carried herself across the campus with aplomb and with beauty. And I remember you. It was only 2 years you spent at ModSec that you reminded me this evening. I can't believe it. But you did leave an impact on me, and I'm sure, in fact, when we came in here, one of the students recognized you immediately, who is not even of our group. So you did make an impact. We want to thank you for your service. We want to thank you for the sacrifices you would have made for us. And we are so glad that you're around and that you are so beautiful and you inspired people like me to go and find a wife that, never mind. So thank you. Would you raise your glasses to Mrs. Enid Curtin?
Pamela. Oh, sorry.
My dear lady, as a token of our love and appreciation from the class of 1969 to 1974, we love you. Thank you.
Pamela Bargobin Lochman is going to give a toast to Ms. Kamal Ramsubik. Ms. Ramsubik, could you stand, please?
Mrs. Kamal Ramsubik is someone who never taught me, and like Ms. Curtin, she made an impact on me despite the fact that she never taught me. I remember her as a lady of very kind words, a very elegantly dressed young lady, coming to work in the morning with Mr. Cupid and leaving on an evening with Dr. Tiwari. Dr. Tiwari, Mr. Cupid, Mrs. Tiwari, and Miss Ramsubik have all remained friends for the 50 plus years they have known each other. Mrs. Tiwari is a lady I see now in public life, involved with the Ramleela organization, and she is still making an impact on the Hindu community and the young people promoting the religion and the culture. Mrs. Ramsubik, I salute you, and let's raise our glass for one simple toast to a very humble lady, Mrs. Ramsubik.
You know something? It's a good thing my husband is not alive. and he was a judge at her place, our workplace. But you know something? I rolled down here pregnant twice. So I don't know if she know that part. I think she left that out. Thank you very much.
The next toast would be to Ms. Karen Asgarali. Ms. Asgarali. There she is. Christine Jacobs is going to do it.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. I think it's clear that I'm not from the class of 1969 to 74, 76, but it's a tremendous pleasure to be here and to celebrate your 50 years with you. So we want to pay a tribute to Miss Karen Askarali, who didn't teach you guys. It's very obvious too. She came to ModSec much later on. And, well, all right, not that much later. All right. But she has given to the school that we love. I am a past student, by the way, 81 to 86, 88. And she has given to the school that we love. And she's no longer a teacher, but she continues to serve the community and Trinidad and Tobago by doing some humanitarian work, especially to victims of gun violence. And we want to applaud you, and we want to honor you, and we want to thank you. And we want to present you with this beautiful picture. Yeah, and we hope you will enjoy it. Thank you very much. Raise your glasses, and we honor Ms. Karen Askarali. Thank you.
Thank you. So the last teacher that we have to toast is Jean. Mrs. Tima Parbu Ramnas, who now calls himself Probes, but we know him as Parbu. And Richard are going to say a few words to the teacher we call Miss Siratan.
Afternoon, everybody. Just like my fellow students Michael and Pam, Mrs. Siratan never taught me, but made a great impact. She was the smallest person I know, but she had the biggest voice ever. I mean, she used to yell at people 3 classes down, and I get a couple of them well good. Unfortunately, I was never in her math class, so I'm not the best math student, but I could add a little bit, you know. And Peter, Mrs. Siratan, youngest brother, we became very close because of her, I wouldn't say abuse to me, but I mean, when she yelled, it used to hurt big time, you know. The thing is, you have played, not just for me, but for everybody you had touched in ModSec. You have been a great influence on them. On behalf of them, I thank you for that. No, you see, I just want to cry and all that. I ain't gonna do that today, but
give me that mic.
Well, again with Mrs. Siratan, it's a similar thing to Mr. Cupid, you know. The size, she was good looking. And she was young, closer to our age, so we always aligned ourselves with her. Although she liked to beat her, I mean, she's small, but she liked to beat and tap and that kind of thing. But, you know, she only taught us from Form 4 to Form 5 because she didn't add maths with me. And, I mean, that was the foundation for you to do your A-level maths and things. So, again, we thank you for all that you did for us. We wish you all the best in life. Thank you.
Thank you for your for listening. Michael is going to put the skit on now. The lights. Joseph Remy. Joseph is going to... Wait, you all got it? Oh, put it where?
Yes. So yes. So Jack.
Okay, while they're doing that, we have other things we can do. Joseph is going to pay tribute to Mrs. Thompson. Could the boys turn the lights back on, please?
Good night, everyone. Let me try this again, right? Good night, everyone. That sounds much better, and I believe we are having a wonderful time tonight. It's my privilege, and they say to save the best. I'm not going to say to save the best for last, but my disappointment, man. So we are saved the best for last, and this is going to be a toast to, I consider to be the best principal in the universe. Dr. Ruby Thompson would have molded to me a generation of intellects and patriots of Trinidad and Tobago who would have contributed immensely to the development of our country. Dr. Thompson was a strict disciplinarian. I could attest to that. And it worked out well. Even to the point that there was a time when I was telling someone that yesterday. We were doing relays in school. And sometime immediately after, I ran afoul of Miss Thompson. And there was no whip, there was no belt, but there was a relay baton. And 4 legs of relay ran from that race. And it was discipline to the highest order. But looking back now, it has made an immense contribution to my life and to the lives of all the persons who pass under her hands. She would have walked with a level of grace, a presence that was exemplified through her leadership. And she was very Christian, but at the same time, there was a fear but a likeness at the same time, juxtaposing itself with each other, which was very, very rare in any leadership. And when we had to play sport, and one other occasion I remember, and they're saying now we are having problems with the funding for the school. And I don't know who could remember that we had to go Moruga to play Cohen Hamilton. And the funds were very low. And that time you had to take bus. And the fare that we got to reach to Cohen Hamilton could have only taken us to Princestown. And we were advised by someone that it is just round the corner. And we started to walk from Princestown to get to Cohen Hamilton. 20 minutes into the walk, we stopped a pickup. And we said, we are going to play Cohen Hamilton on St. Mary's ground. He said, jump on. And he drove for 25 minutes after that. But it was a blessing because I had an aunt that lived in Moruga and we went there afterwards and we were able to get passage to come back down. And the happy thing about it is that when we reached back and we told Miss Thompson we win, she was very elated because we did the school proud. Miss Thompson mixed it all. But I think that outside of us recognizing her, I am confident that Ms. Thompson deserves much more, and there should be some national honor for the contribution she would have made to the education of a lot of persons. And on behalf of the class of 1969 to 1974, and I had the privilege of going on to 76 and 77, because in 74, and thanks to Ms. Thompson again, I was ill when we were doing GCO levels, and I had to repeat. And Ms. Thompson was very accommodating when my parents came, because I spent a month and a half in the hospital in 74 prior to exams, and she allowed myself to repeat. And there were other guys who repeat, Ezed, myself, Friday. I think we went on to 77. And we made an immense contribution, and ModSec qualified. I think Harriet said it. ModSec qualified for Intercol on the basis of the football team coached by Mr. Amy. And I think we need to give Mr. Amy some recognition too. We did. Unfortunately, the rigid disciplinarian, Ms. Thompson, once she said, you repeated once, you can't repeat again, you can't play Intercol. I had to move on. But it was a great accomplishment for all of us. It was a great accomplishment for the school. And I would want to say, and I want to join with Ezra in saying that I think we owe it to Ms. Thompson's legacy to bring back a strong alumni in San Fernando Secondary, that we could bring the school up to a standard, because it would have made all of us into the kind of persons, the professionals that we are today. And I think we owe it to Ms. Thompson to make that contribution to the school. So I want to say on behalf of 69 to 74, 76, and 77, we want to move a toast to the greatest teacher that has passed through the annals of the education system in Trinidad and Tobago. And she has said it, to God be the glory, the great things he has done, and one of the greatest things he has done is to bless us with Ms. Thompson as our principal. So to Ms. Thompson, we all love you, we all love the things that you would have done for us, and we would hope that God will continue to bless you with much more strength, health, and long life, that your legacy will continue forever and ever. Amen. Thank you. We love you. We want to present this token to you, Ms. Thompson, on behalf of all of us. We hope that this will be a blessing for you, and it will show you the love that we have for you still. And I just want to take the opportunity to thank all those others who would have, all the teachers who would have been here before. Dr. Tiwari, they say what literature was English. I remember that blue and gray book. I can't remember the name, but that was the color. I know the color very well. Mr. Cupid, I used to open it. Mr. Cupid, physics. Mr. Amy, and one story with Mr. Amy. Mr. Amy was such a strong disciplinarian that we had qualified to play Naparima, and we were in camp. But you know, young boys, we had soda fountain in the mall, and we went across and had something besides a soft drink and a hamburger. And Mr. Amy said, Remy, Rahim, I think I can't remember, it was about 4 of us, you are not playing. In an important final, he said you are not playing, and the balance of the team said if they're not playing, we're not playing. And there was a big mutiny, a standoff between Mr. Amy and the team, and eventually we had negotiation. Maybe that is how I learned to be a union officer eventually. That was the foundation for my union background, Mr. Amy. So we had to negotiate to come back on the team, and we all played. And we dropped Naparima 4-1 on Presentation College grounds. Hip to Mr. Amy, hip to Ms. Thompson, hip to all the teachers in ModSec who would have molded all of us into the brilliant adults we are today, parents that we are today, and we would want to say that ModSec will live forever and ever. Amen. 3 cheers. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. 3 cheers to ModSec. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Joseph. I just want to say something. Let's see if we remember this. Reach for the stars and you will fall in the treetops. Thank you, Mrs. Thompson. We've never forgotten. And if I say one other thing, bonjour mes enfants. That's all the French we know. If you're driving PBB 2709, you're blocking somebody from leaving. Thank you.
Well, I now get a chance to come back to all you. You see that, right? So now, what we are going to see is attributed to you, Mrs. Thompson. And I hope you look closely at this skit. It's a homemade skit, but you'll never know. Yes. So, Michael, lights, camera, action. Let's go.
I could teach you a few things. I think you need help. I could teach you a few things.
I don't need your help. That's why I have my student's companion.
I got something better than the student's companion. I got the student's companion practice book. That's better than what you have there. Well, you know something? As a matter of fact, one day I'm going to marry you. You wait and see. One day.
I come here to learn from my teacher, not you.
You back there! Go straight to the principal's office for disrupting my class.
But sir, I didn't do anything.
I said to go to Mrs. Thompson's office right now.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Miss Thompson. Good morning. What are you doing out of class?
Teacher so-and-so told me to come here for licks, and that is why I'm knocking your door.
Sit, child. Tell me what happened.
Well, Miss Thompson, I was sitting in class minding the business, and this miserable boy next to me keep harassing me, and I couldn't take it no more. And when I stand up to tell him to leave me alone, I bust a stoops. And teach taught I stoops at him. Miss Thompson, I am not a rude child. Mommy told me to be good in class and learn the lessons. And that's all I wanted to do.
Okay. My child, just for the fact that you told me the truth, just go back to class and be quiet. Don't talk, just pay attention.
Thank you, Miss Thompson. Thank you, Miss Thompson. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Beep, 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 beep. Come on, come on. You're making us late.
Sorry, dear. I went back to get 2 Fensic in case you get a headache.
Why would we get a headache?
From the way it is drive.
Yeah. All right. I will do my best. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That was a big pothole. Couldn't avoid that one. Oh my God.
What was that one?
That one was a smaller one. A small pothole. Okay? Right, we almost here now. So, we're in the church. I bet you didn't know that we're going to expect a speed bump in the church parking lot.
I bet Pastor put that there for you the way it is drive.
Ay. All right. Let me park.
The moral or essence of this story. Number one, we grew up and was motivated by the best, most caring, most compassionate, and intellectual principle in the whole wide world. Number two, honesty doesn't always have to hurt. The truth set me free in Miss Thompson's office that day. I swear I was going to get my tail cut for sure that blessed day. Last but not least, as you could see, that boy was right after all. He played dead to catch Kobo, and after all these years, he finally find me and make me his wife. Better to take my licks back then, yes? Sweet Jesus.
All right, to the raffle. People spend their money. They spend hundreds of dollars. Could we get some more lights on that second string of lights over there, please? Lights for those people who have paid their monies and now want to win a raffle that's located over by the bar area. Thank you. So all of you who, you could take your tickets out now. Let's look it up. What do you thought about that skit, Mrs. Thompson?
Still at a loss.
She's at a loss because the first part of it was dedicated to you. A young lady comes to your office and she spoke the truth to you, and you did what you always do. You always say, the truth shall set you free. Great. Not me, girl. I was never in that girl class. Way boy. All right, let's get to the raffle, folks, because time is of the essence if we are to celebrate and continue celebrating this wonderful evening. 50 years of friendship. Number one. So we have a carrier coming up to the podium or the announcer's booth, and they're going to shake it up and have your tickets ready. Come, Annie. We are going to be dealing with the first lot, and in the essence of time, and Mrs. Thompson is sitting right here, we'll ask her to pull the first number out of the basket.
Yes. Just pick a number. One ticket, and here we go. Where she stopped, nobody knows. Let's go with this number. If you doesn't have a ticket, you don't have a chance, right? If you don't have a ticket, you don't have a chance. And the number is 493. Everybody got that? 203. You got that? 493. 203. Going once. Going twice. Check your tickets because you just spent $100 for this item. Going once. Nope. If you don't have this ticket, we're going to draw another number. Because we can. 49320. Well, you don't have it, so you're not a winner. 203. But if she don't, we're moving on. $493. Everybody got that? 221. No, sorry, my mistake. I was looking to see if only paying attention. 223. 223. And let me check that ticket. And if she have 221, she's a winner. Because it's on the same lot. 223. 493 223. She's a winner. Lot number 1. Next lot. Going one time. The number on the table. All right. Get somebody else. Let Leela Butler, boy. Way, boy. I'm now seeing you for, well, I saw you, but I had to know who you were. You remember when we went to the bus ride? And we end up in the, give Leela, let Leela. It's a whole bunch of us in a valley. Down Tembladora. 493 267. 493 267. Going once, and I see Tara Sal come in. And let me check to see if she have that number. Huh? It looks good. 493 267. We got a winner. So hold this. Keep the other tickets. Keep the other tickets. And that's everything in your hand. She's gonna drink a storm tonight. I see some guys put about 4 set of tickets in 4 groups of 10 tickets inside there. And Anthony Valentine. You better share that drink with those guys over there. I'll consider it. They waited to share drinking. Sir, could you pick a ticket off of this bunch? We're going to move fast with this. No, not this. This is a lot. Ah, there you go. 1 ticket. 493. Everybody got that? 339. 339. And you know what? I'm going to stop calling the first 3 numbers. Because everybody got that. 339. Bingo. Roll. Could you check, Mr. Amy? Make sure you got that. 339. We need that ticket. Just that one ticket. Thank you. And you can give him his prize. And we're going again. And we're going again. 339. That's a match. Make sure it's empty. And we're going again. Make sure all everything come out there. You got to pull it out. Folks, we are. Come, Joy. Oh, okay. So let Merlin or somebody on that table make a pull. One ticket. You see, this is just for that. Thank you very much. 4, 3, 5. 4, 3, 5. Ticket. Where's the price for this ticket? Oh, okay. 4, 3, 5. Would you believe she said it looked like one of her tickets and it was true? Let's do a. Four, 3, 5. Confirmed. Next. Lot number 5. Oops, that box has a hole. There's a hole in the box. Well, you know, since it jumped out, it fell straight out. It's an act of science. And we are going to call it number 212. That's good. 212. It fell out of the box. Number 212. Going once. Going twice. 212. I guess that person left. Going once. Going twice. So we go again. 5. See, we're going to a different ring now. 5. Just pulled. Somebody just pulled that. 0, 1. My Michelle 501, and that's. How many of you know Michelle here? Remember Miss Thompson's little daughter? Michelle? That's Michelle. But you know what? I was the only boy allowed up the hill, and she was my little sister. Coming out. Oh, that's yours. Okay. Let me look for somebody to pull. Let one of these, the DJ pull or something. All right. We're going again. We're in a different room now. 116. 116. Going once. 116. Going once. Oh! 116. And Miss Syria Tan. Whoa! 116. And that's the winner. Save the rest. You might need them. So this painting, or this look like a, Wana, is this one of yours? Wow, you see? Woo!
it's a photograph on canvas. And, okay, Mr. Ratton, I don't know if I signed it yet, so I'm going to come to your table and sign it after.
Now, folks, there are some of the paintings and drawings and whatnot that you're going to get. And you would, even the book that was written by Michael, you are going to get right, there you go. So lot number 7. Let Miss Thompson pull one. Let Michelle pull one here, since she's so close. And she was a winner a little while ago. Thank you. And the number is 330. Going once. So you have an authentic photo on canvas that's going to be autograph for your So give me that ticket before you do anything. Confirm 330.
So this is actually a photo from Rampanalgas Beach in the Northeast Coast. The photograph that Miss Siratan won is from by the Toko Lighthouse of the little island off the, you have to kind of get a perfect day to get some of these, so enjoy.
Lot number 8. That was lot number 7. Lot number 8. Here's Shaq. I think this, my friends, is an original painting. This is different from the photos that you just saw. Those are photos on canvas. This is an original painting, and the artist is none other than, you would remember her as Shakuntala Ramsamuj, who is standing right here. And she now goes by the name of Shakuntala Muhammad. So if you're the winner, an original. All right, let me pick this final number. And the number is 540. Going once. Going once. Going once. Going once. Going once. Going twice. And I think my dear friend Roll Harriet, we did a lot of stuff together. Me and the guys from the upper classes, we used to hang out. Not me, I don't have it. You get it from the artist. Shakuntala Ramsamuj Muhammad. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Roll Harriet, one of the boys. And with that said, let me check where we are on the program, because time is of the essence. Wrong phone. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have some news for you. The class of 1969, 74, has reached its goal. We have made in donations within a few months $30,000, which is our original goal, folks, was $10,000. So the committee decided to raise the bar, and we went beyond that. So folks, a round of applause to the class of 1969, 1974. At this point in time, we're going to clear some tables and set up for some dancing. We got a little time to do that. Folks, I'm not going to stop. No, I'm just telling them. No, we got some stuff to do still. I'm just preparing them for what's to come. Yes, so they can start getting in the mood. But at this time, we are going to have Miss Peggy. Peggy, you want to say something first? All right. Here's a challenge coming from Wana.
So we're going to, Joseph and Ezard and Sterling talked about the fact that ModSec doesn't have a functioning alumni association right now, and we really want to get that going. You know, we really started off saying we were going to give, we wanted to come and hang out in Lime and meet all our friends. We wanted to do something for the school. We started off saying, let's try and raise $10,000. We went to the principal, asked if she had any projects. She told us they need a new IT lab. You know, it's a huge project. They started working on it. They needed $30,000 to complete the construction of the building. So we decided, like Sterling said, for the committee to raise the goal to $30,000. And I'm telling you right now, as of my last count, we had 22,000, you know, Ms. Sirata, this is where my math skills will be shown, but $22,000, I think $250 in the bank that has been donated by the class. We got, where's my husband? He was counting the money from the raffle. How much? 5,200 from the raffle tickets. And we are going to give at least, and maybe more, $3,000 from your ticket sales will go towards that. And we are going to give no less than $30,000 to ModSec next week. Yeah! So here comes the challenge, right? I don't know if any of you have been on the campus recently, but ModSec needs some help. And they're not alone, a lot of schools need help. But this is our school, right? And when we did the math on the alumni, ModSec has graduated 57 classes since it started, okay? And that is approximately 10,000 of us out there. If everybody gave only $100 for a year, how much money does ModSec get? Where are the math people? 100? $1 million. If we did that for 5 years, ModSec gets how much money? $5 million. I don't know how many of you walked around, and you know, I had to be very candid when I came and met with the principal this week. Walked around the old sixth form building. If you haven't done it yet, I'll suggest you do it and then send us the donation, okay? We'll give it to them as well. We'll add it. If you walk around that new sixth form building that was so brand new when we started school, you will understand how much help the school needs. The principal says they are short of 10 classrooms right now, okay? They have classes that meet in here. Legitimate biology was being taught in here when we came to set up tables on Thursday with a whiteboard by a teacher. They don't have enough classrooms. They need a new building. They probably need a new 4-story building. They need a new lab. They need pavilions. They need a lot of stuff. and we have to be committed. So we want to challenge not just us, but all the other classes. Let us cooperate. We all say we love ModSec. We all know the good experience we had here. We need to come back and help our school. This school, actually, if we look at the people who've gone through, you know, the DPP is a ModSec alumni. I don't even want to start calling because I know I'm going to forget, but a lot of very important people in Trinidad came to ModSec, right? And we all love it. It means that we got a very quality education here that doesn't just made us who we were, but made us leaders in this community, not in just this community. I live in Connecticut, and I can tell you I've raised $40 million for my hospital in 10 years when I was there, and that's US dollars. So I know that we can do this, right? We have to help the school, and not sometime down the road, starting now. Because even though we're going to give this $30,000, there's no computers in that money, okay? There's no furniture. They don't have tiling on the floor. You know, the walls need to be reinforced. The room needs to be sealed. Quite frankly, from my perspective, the room is too small. They need space. They're out of space. A building you see it out there, the ministry recently condemned it. The school needs a lot of help. So we want to take up a challenge in 1 year to see if we can get to activate the alumni to raise $1 million. That is $100 per person. That's it, $100. I'm sure a lot of you gave me $100 tonight, right? So we really want to challenge you guys to think about that. And when you see the notices coming out, dig deep, encourage others to give. And if just to make sure you solidify the reason for this in your minds, walk around the old sixth form building. Just take a little stroll around it and see what you all think. And then you'd realize that this need is real, okay? It's not frivolous. Nobody's asking for bells and whistles. They need classrooms. The kids need computers, the basic things that they need. The lab needs supplies. You know, the school used to get about $1 million a year to run the school. I think that they got $300,000 last year, or $330,000 for all expenses for the whole year. That's what they're running on. Teachers have to bring toilet paper for the bathrooms from home because they have no money in the budget. The school needs our help, okay? So are we gonna take the challenge up, guys? Are we up to it? Could we do this? Yes? Yes, miss? I'm gonna find my prefect badge. Okay, so where is Ezard? Ezard, Sterling, come on guys. Peggy is gonna give the vote of thanks, and like Sterling said, we can stay and hang out and dance and talk or whatever we want to do for a little bit longer. Peggy? This is it. Okay. Yes.
Good evening, everyone. Tenax proposity. Familiar words on there. Who can say what's the translation for those Latin words? Someone who is not a member of ModSec. Be steadfast. Huh? You came to ModSec? I didn't know. I just know the Michelle and the... Okay, Michelle, my apologies. Be steadfast in your endeavors. For those of you who remember, was just checking on you all to see if you all were sleeping on me or I was talking to the right audience. So, your Honorable Member of Parliament, Dr. Botiwari, all protocol observed. Ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good evening. I am, by now everybody know I'm Peggy Baptiste, formerly Peggy Dick. It is a great pleasure to be part of this auspicious occasion, our class reunion of 1969 to 1974, and to make the closing remarks to everyone present here who made this event a reality. I know we were all excited about meeting each other. For some of us, it may be as long as 45 years. The time is here, and we did it. Thank God. We are all forever young in our hearts as this location brings fond memories of our learning experience during our 5, 6, or 7 years tenure. Indeed, here is where we were molded into the well-rounded individuals we are today. Firstly, I applaud the person who conceived the idea of this reunion and did the initial networking to make this a reality. None other than Sterling Phillips. Ezra Als was the first one Sterling reached out to, and they both worked painstakingly together. A round of applause for both of them. Once the team was formed, Warner Clark, who was formerly Belgrave, volunteered unhesitatingly to be the administrator. Warner is a great inspiration, a team leader, and a joy to be around. She spent tireless moments preparing comprehensive minutes during and immediately after the many Skype meetings to ensure everyone was fully updated. Indeed, she's dedicated, devoted, and dependable. I recognize Michael Friday and Richard Ailey, who entertained us all via WhatsApp and Facebook, whether it was a poem, a song by Mike, or school memories shared. For most times, he had Warner doubting herself whether she was a student of ModSec or the neighboring Astia girls. Many others and I too shared similar sentiments as we jogged our memories. On a serious note, Michael was tenacious as he did the surveys which garnered information critical to the success of this venture. I also recognize Pamela Lutchman, formerly Balgobin, and Anne Fleming, who is formerly Mongo, who liaised directly with the principal and teachers to ensure the smooth running of this event. Not forgetting Richard Ailey again, Sterling Phillips, Joseph Remy, and Joy Williams, formerly Providence, who frequently piconged each other. Certainly, our interaction was the start of the excited anticipation and effervescence of this grand evening. Please note, I consciously did not say grand finale, because we all have committed to keep in touch with each other to continue this legacy which we have started. Tonight, we were able to surpass our initial goal, a targeted donation of $10,000, as you would have heard from Warner earlier on. Our donation was much higher than that. We intend to continue and embark on bigger and better projects. We are blessed to be enjoying our well-deserved retirement and to be able to give back to this illustrious institution. We trust and believe that we'll be able to make financial contributions to enhance the advancement of our school, to ensure our grandchildren and even our great-grandchildren have the opportunity to enjoy the comfort of a great learning institution with the best teachers in TNT. Look at the output today. We are proud to be part of the great institution. I commend all the persons who formed the various committees and worked assiduously to ensuring today is a success. I also thank all the alumni who responded favorably and enthusiastically to our Facebook page and WhatsApp calls. It is my pleasure to remind us that this is only the beginning of many such initiatives. I could not close without recognizing our teachers who are present with us. Thank you for your patience, dedication, and hard work in nurturing us. I look forward to seeing you all at tomorrow's Lime at La Vega. Have a blessed night, and may God give us all journeying mercies to our various destinations. Thank you.
Yeah! Bang!
Welcome, Pamela. Right. We'd like all the committee members to come up, please. Committee members, all of we formed several committees. So this is our event planning committee. Could you guys come, please? Huh? What? Okay. So on behalf of the event planning committee, we want to recognize the hard work of one of our members, Pamela Bargobin. Pamela, actually, without her, I don't know if we would be here. She did so much. She did, most of you probably spoke to Pamela at some point in time. Yes? And also to the patience of her handsome husband, Vijay. Without his cooperation, I don't think that all of this would, I'm sure he was driving her all around the place. So Pamela, from all of us, we want to give you a little token, something to remember this and to know that we really appreciate all your hard work.
It was a pleasure doing this, and I would do it all over again. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. We're going to move the tables.
Yes, folks, I just want to let you know that you have not seen the last of the 69-74 class. Because in another 5 years, we would be celebrating another 50 years, as I said before. So, folks, let's start moving some of those tables aside. All right, music, I have Michael here with something to say.
First of all, we want to remind you that the principal who is absent did express her regrets and did deliver a video for us to offer her greetings, but our technical difficulties prevented us from doing so. Secondly, we want to apologize to a couple of people whom we had asked to do a special couple of things, including a calypso that we had heard when we were students that Mr. Rawl Amy sang. We would have loved to have had him sing it tonight. But as you heard a while ago, a couple of people from our committee really, if you pardon my expression, worked their tails off. First of all, we want to recognize Mrs. Warner Clark, who worked very, very, very hard. She worked so hard that we're giving her 2 envelopes. And Mr. Sterling Phillips, who initiated this whole machine. We want to recognize you with these tokens of our appreciation. Both of them are yours. You could give Merle one. Yeah! And by the way, Merle was also one of our teamsters for a while, and she was extremely helpful. Pamela, if we did not have Pamela grounded here in Trinidad, we would have been in a lot of trouble. Pamela, we want to express on behalf of the team our appreciation to you. Thank you so much. Sterling, you want to wrap this up, or should I tell everybody go home? Well, thank you, everybody. God bless you. See you again soon.
The lots for the etched, what is it called? For the etchings. You have to collect the rest of the lot from the table. This is Merlin. She's the artist. She's going to meet you down at the back. Pamela has some bags to pack it up. So get the rest of your stuff, please. We didn't bring it all up to the front. The next, we have to do a group photo with the entire planning committee. Please come back up to the front now. I did say please before I said no.